And oh, here we go. I believe we are being recorded. So yeah, just a couple notes. We are being recorded today. All of us are on mute as we move forward, and speakers, remember to unmute yourself. And again, welcome to the 2022 Fall Campaign Coordinator Kickoff, Tackling Poverty at its Roots. Yay! I am Robin Jones. I'm a Senior Donor Relations Officer for our Resource Development team. And again, I want to welcome all of you for joining us. I know there'll be a few people coming in as I'm talking, but for now, again, everyone is on mute. We will have a drawing as well as some trivia questions. Put your answers in the chat box. Mike will tell you more about that. And today I'd like to acknowledge the Puyallup tribe with a blessing and a land acknowledgement. We honor and acknowledge that our gathering is being held on the traditional lands of the Puyallup people as we pay our respects to elders, both past and present. And now I would like to introduce our CEO and president, Ms. Donna Ponapinto.
Good. I said morning. No, it's afternoon. Hi, everyone. How are you? Oh, we're still doing all of these virtual meetings, but I know I've had a chance to see some of you in person. So it's so great to have you here, and thank you, Robin. And to all the coordinators. I mean, we can't do this work without you. I mean, you're really our champions and at the campaigns, and you're the heart and soul of much of the work that we do. So I am very, very grateful to all of you that raise your hand to help support the United Way campaign in your companies. You know, I've been a part of United Way for a very long time. And, you know, I'm always excited each year, because we start from ground zero each year. And I'm always just excited to see how this community in particular has come together to support those children and families in our communities that need it the most. So today I'm going to be talking about some of the work that we are on. And first, we're kicking off this year's campaign with a new theme, tackling poverty at its roots. And so we're going to dive into that theme and how it relates to the work that we do in community. So, you know, we know, I would go back to go back to the first one. Okay. You know, together we're working to address a crisis. And while so much has happened in our communities that's been positive, we still know that 1 in 3 households are struggling every day to make ends meet. And that's about 100,000 families in Pierce County, many of them who are working hard. They're working 2 and 3 jobs, trying to living paycheck to paycheck. You know, another thing to keep in mind is that on average, 36 babies are born in this county. And so of those 36 babies, about one in six, and I don't know if we have anyone from the health department on. Every once in a while, I check with Dr. Chen and at the health department, and we're still around that. But 1 in 6 of those babies are born into Alice families. They're born into families that are indeed struggling. And so, you know, our bold goal is to lift 15,000 households out of poverty by 2028 and move them to self-sufficiency. And so our data tells us that many of these families are Alice. Let's see, I think you can go to the next one now. You know, when we look at, I'm going to go into this a little bit more as I talk about each area. But, you know, ALICE, I think everybody knows by now what the acronym for ALICE is: asset limited, income constrained, employed. And we all know Alice. We see Alice every single day. You know, Alice is, the childcare workers, the bank tellers, the individuals that are making coffee for you at Starbucks, store clerks, frontline workers, teachers, And so there's Alice is all around us, and we know Alice's, personally in our lives. And, as I said, Alice doesn't earn enough to make ends meet despite having a job. Economic security, we all know inflation these days is continuing to rise. There's higher interest rates, and these issues are hurting everyone, but they're really devastating to our lower income communities. The ballooning debt, childcare is the largest expense that a family has, and then food and housing security. What we're hearing lately from individuals out in the community, and I'm sure 211 can attest to this, people are calling to get access to food and definitely housing, affordable housing. And so when you look at this particular tree, when we're tackling poverty at its roots, on the one side we've got the work that I'm going to talk about, these 5 areas, and then on top of that, those are the roots are the issues that we're focused in on, and the top part are the result of that. That we're providing transportation and financial coaching and affordable housing, and so forth. So here are the 5 ways in which we tackle poverty at its roots. First of all, basic needs. We invest in organizations in the community that are addressing basic needs such as food, housing, childcare issues, shelter, all of those basic types of things that, we don't, that sometimes we take for granted. Those are the things that we just need on a daily basis, healthcare. Those types of things. And then only when we help those families with basic needs can they move from crisis to stability. And I think that's, kind of at the core. And basic needs is always been kind of our foundation. And I'm, a firm believer, if we're not tackling the basic needs, then we know. 211, you hear it all the time, the kinds of calls that they are getting, people who are needing basic needs services. The Centers for Strong Families, we want families to leave poverty for good. And the Centers for Strong Families is a wealth building initiative focused on coaching efforts around employment, employment training, coaching, income supports, both public and private, and financial coaching and financial management. We have, as part of our Center for Strong Families, 7 trusted community organizations that are a part of our network. And that's really key because it's a partnership. What is cool about this is that United Way is not making the decisions for the network is making the decisions. And we have really stayed true to that model. But it is really how do we help these families achieve their dreams? And so moving them from, increasing their income, decreasing debt, helping them to build their credit, and even in some ways buying their first home. And then there's advocacy. And we drive, advocacy is really key to so much of moving people out of poverty, because it's so many of those systems that, in my opinion, are keeping people in poverty. And so we advocate for individuals through the legislative session, but also too, how do we help people at the grassroots level be able to use their voice, because their voice is so much more powerful when they're talking in front of legislators. And we've seen that firsthand, and some of you have probably seen it firsthand too. So helping struggling families really requires the coordination of our policymakers, education businesses, and social service agencies. I always say, we talk about affordable housing. everyone's talking about affordable housing, right? The city, the county, nonprofits, businesses, they don't want to see homeless, the homelessness issue. But what's not happening is the coordination and everyone talking together about how we solve for these issues. And so United Way is, I think we need to figure out what our role can be as a convener to bring those voices together. And then, we do an annual advocacy agenda. We work with organizations. So this advocacy agenda is not just ours. It is a community agenda where we work with agencies. We work, with the chamber and others statewide to see what are those pressing issues that we can collectively focus in on. And Robin, you need to tell me if I'm going on too long. I don't know how much time I have. 10 minutes? Yeah. Okay.
Got about another minute.
Okay, all right, I can finish this up really quickly then. And so the last piece is partnerships. And the partnerships that we have are really key. We don't do this work alone. We never do the work alone. And one of our newest partnerships is with the city of Tacoma. Actually, we've been partnering with the city for a while now. We have lots of different things that we're doing, but this is a unique partnership with the city of Tacoma around a guaranteed income initiative. And what the city and United Way and our partners have named this with the help of a community resident is called GRIT. Growing Resilience in Tacoma. We use the acronym so much, I almost forget what it stands for. So Growing Resilience in Tacoma. So our partnership is to work closely with the city of Tacoma. We are the administrators, but the city of Tacoma really is the lead in bringing this to Tacoma. The mayor is a part of Mayor's for a Guaranteed Income. It is a national initiative. It's a national partnership that we are a part of, where we are, think of it as a national research effort, where we are, our particular project is collecting data. We are collecting lots of information that will hopefully inform policy at the national level. So GRIT offers guaranteed income to 110 individuals. We distributed, starting in December of 2021, $500 a month. And this goes through November of this year, perhaps even to December. We're looking at that now. And so, the whole thing about this GRIT is changing the narrative on how we talk about poverty, because we talk about poverty, I don't. You probably don't, but there are a lot of people in our community that see poverty as a personal failure. And poverty is not a personal failure when you're working 40 plus hours a week and you can't even keep the roof over your head. Poverty is really a systems failure. And that is what the message we are trying to get out to legislators, to other sectors in our community. And so I know I'm out of time, but at the, United Way continues to fight for every person in every community every single day. And at the heart of our work is a true commitment to diversity, equity, inclusion. And I would like to add belonging. I think that's really important, because I think that there's too many people in our community that are disenfranchised. And so how do we make sure people belong, feel like they belong in their community? So finally, we're 101 years old. Yay, happy birthday, United Way. We know how to take a birthday celebration and let it last a year, almost 2 years long. So we're excited to announce that we're at around 5.8 million of an $8 million goal. And these resources will help us continue on and to be here for another 100 years. So thank you for all that you do, for all that you have already, for those of you that have already given. Mark May 6th down on your calendar, 2023, for our gala event at the Silver Cloud Hotel at Tacoma Point Ruston. So I went a few minutes over, Robin, but sorry about that.
It's always good to hear from you, Donna. Thank you for joining us.
You're welcome. And I have to leave, unfortunately, everyone, but thank you again for everything that you do.
So we're going to move on to, the agenda. You've already heard from myself and Donna. We'll have our director of 211, Penny will be another keynote speaker for us, as well as Emily Mendez Bryant. I will be back with Campaign Toolkit. We have a quick breakout session. We'll be hearing about volunteering and engagement and premier partners, campaign awards and recognition. I think there's a few award winners in the house. And our next slide just shows the current resource development team, which I think most of you know some of us. If not, Mike and I will be working with most of you for our workplace campaigns, and Emily, of course. A few new faces in the house with Todd and Lisa here, and Leah, who's not able to be here, but hey. Moving on, I would like to introduce Penny Belcher, our Director of South Sound 211. Take it away, Penny.
Thanks, Robin. Hi, everyone. I want to take a quick moment to say thank you sincerely from my heart as well. I have served as a campaign coordinator in the past, and while that was a passion and a joy, I also know how much goes into it. And I can't thank you all enough for doing this. I really understand the work that goes into it. And like I said, the fulfillment that you can get back. So yeah, I'm the director of South Sound 211. We can flip to the next slide and just kind of go into a little bit about 211. For those of you who aren't as familiar, 211 is our community information and referral center that we have at United Way of Pierce County. We call ourselves South Sound 211 because we do serve the South Sound region. We have a 3-county region, so it's Pierce, Thurston, and Lewis that we cover from our United Way. We have a contact center so that we are contacting with clients via phone, email, text message, and online referrals and searches as well. And all of that is really run by an engine underneath, which is our community resource database, which is the most comprehensive database of all community assistance, service, social services, government agencies and organizations, faith-based partners of ours, any kind of assistance that may be available in our region. So essentially, when someone calls into 211, one of our specialists will start a conversation by asking, how can we help? And every phone call just starts like that, where we'll listen to what's happening in people's lives, what's happening in their household, what kind of supports they may be looking for. Sometimes it's difficult to even ask for that or to figure out what you are looking for, because our systems have become so complex with so many programs and services available. So our specialists will work with folks to understand what they feel would be best for their next best step. And like Donna was saying, really look at basic needs and what we can tackle first to move on to the next step of stability. And then we'll use that database to search those resources and make those connections. So overall, last year, we had the most contacts we've ever handled here out of our center. We had over 80,000 contacts total. And you can see some of the categories that are listed. By far and away, our most requested type of assistance is going to be around financial, and mostly, as Donna mentioned, related to housing. That is the greatest need that we see here in our region. So folks that are looking for shelter, looking for motel vouchers, help to pay their rent, help to pay the mortgage, and then also utility assistance, which is closely tied to housing as well. I want to make sure that I go into some of our enhanced services for folks that were familiar with 211 and what connecting to available services looked like in the past. We want to make sure that you understand that in some of these really complex systems, we have taken a deeper dive where our partners and where our callers, the community, have said that they really need more help getting connected and more of our time and expertise. So those are the navigation services that are listed here: transportation, behavioral health, housing solutions, workforce development, and parent caregiver resources, with a real focus on households with kids 5 and younger or pregnant women. So some of that work just looks like we spend a longer amount of time For our navigation calls, we can be assisting a caller on the phone for an hour rather than the typical, 5 to 10 minute of a 211 front end call. And we're doing things like dispatching rides now, along with just doing the intakes and the applications. We have our Ride United program, which is a partnership with United Way and Lyft, where we're dispatching those rides right from our center. Our housing solutions program is actually working with homeless families in depth to get them into permanent housing. And that's, again, done right here by our navigators rather than going to an outside organization. So we're providing some of those financial assistance to make sure that they have stable permanent housing. Since we started our housing solutions program, you can see we have worked with 20 families last year, but overall we've housed 187 families right here from our United Way Center. So I want to make sure that that I point out some of those deeper programs. I have been with 211 for quite a while. I love it. It's my heart, and I could talk for an hour. So I'm going to stop because I know that if any of you have any questions as you're going through campaign, I want to be able to help. Just contact Robin. We can get you whatever kind of information from 211 you need. So I'm going to throw it back to you, Robin.
Ooh, thank you, Penny. This was great information. Really good updates. So thank you for participating with us. And I'm hoping you can stay throughout in case there are additional questions. And with that, I want to introduce Emily Mendez-Bryant, our Chief Development Officer here, who is going to help us with the first drawing. Emily, can you take it away?
Hi, everyone. This is not going to be fixed. I love all of you. Good to see all of you on this call. All right. Monette Smith, you're our winner. You're on, right? I think you are. Whoop, whoop. We will get that to you. Got your email. We know how to find you, so no worries.
Congratulations, Monette. Yay. Okay. And with that, Emily's going to take it away.
It's going to go into my spiel. I mean, first and foremost, I want to just say thank you to everyone on the call, but also the many coordinators that do this tirelessly and time again. Many of you are seasoned. I'm looking around the Zoom room, and you've been doing this for a while. So you'll hear things that you've heard before, but hopefully we'll give you some new information as well and some key updates. I just wanted to touch on two things on my behalf. This slide right now, we have this kind of cool tree happening in the community. So one of the things that we heard feedback from board members, volunteers, coordinators, et cetera, is that people understand our actual brand and our name, but they don't know the work that we're doing. And Penny just talked about our work. Donna just talked about our work. And there's so many others that may not know about 211, all the calls that are being made, all the services that we're providing. And so we wanted to take a different approach. So we have this gorilla campaign. I know it's not an actual gorilla, but it's this tree, and it's a physical tree that's going to be making its way around Pierce County. And it's an effort to really just showcase our work and let people hear about and learn about what we're doing with the support of all of you and our donors. So it revolves around the theme, tackling poverty at its roots. 1/3 of the tree will have these pin tags that represent 1/3 of our population being Alice. And you can actually make a change. If you look at the pin tag and want to make a contribution, there's a QR code, and our website can make a gift to prompt people to say, okay, I can actually change the community. And that's one way that people can do so. And so they'll see an actual pin. You'll see this hang tag, see an actual pin that you could pin on yourself and take away. The other 2/3 of the tree, and you see them here, they have different leaves. They're green, orange, and red. And those are information data sources about our work. Just like Penny had just mentioned about the contacts, the services, et cetera. There'll be information for people to read, and hopefully absorb and actually share with others. So the tree is transportable. It's going to make its way. And it's actually, if you get down to the Washington State Fair, it's there. It's in Puyallup, believe it or not. So head on down there. It's at the Northwest Connections building. Apparently, I've heard that it's getting traction. People are actually stopping it to look and read the information, etc. It stands 8 feet tall and 12 feet wide. And we're going to identify some next locations soon, but the purpose is to kind of have it be in surprising places. We don't know exactly where it's going to fall and where it's going to go. So if you know of a place you think it would be ideal for the community, maybe they don't know about our work and we could have it appear somewhere randomly, let us know. And if you happen to see it, please, capture, take photos and share it. So the second piece I wanted to mention is Donna talked about our centennial. We turned 100 on May 14th of last year. And we're still partying, we're still celebrating, right? So we're in the midst of this simultaneous centennial campaign, which is exciting because it did happen right before COVID. I mean, we're going through the process and we've made a lot of great progress. Last year, we did a birthday food drive with your help. We also had our centennial rally, which was virtual last September. A lot of excitement and momentum. We want to keep it going. So the culmination, like Donna had mentioned, is the Silver Cloud at the Point Ruston on May 6th of 2023. You're all invited. We are already in the midst of the fundraising aspect of the gala, and we have several sponsors already part of it. So if you as an organization is interested in sponsorships, please let us know. We'd love to have you recognized at the gala as well. Now I'm going to hand it back. Oh, one thing I wanted to mention, because I see Christina, the amazing coordinator online. Two things is that we have returning campaign co-chairs. And they are the leaders of our campaign. They really help us a lot in strategizing on how we can make this campaign the best it can be. And that is Jackie Flowers at Tacoma Public Utilities and Bill Robertson at Multicare. So I want to give them a shout out. I know they're not on the call, but they do a lot of work behind the scenes with us. And they're just great leaders for not only their organization, but for our community. So thank you so much. And I'll hand it back to Robin.
Okay, thank you, Emily. So many exciting things happening. I can't, where is the tree? Number one, it's at the Puyallup Fair, but we don't know the next place it's going to show up. So how exciting is that? If we go to the next slide, it's going to show our updated campaign brochure. Again, you can see that theme coming back again and again, tackling poverty at its roots. You can open that up and learn more about the 1 in 3 people who are struggling with poverty and our ALICE population, as well as our bold goal and the different parts, the 5 parts of our basic needs and our advocacy work and 211 and Centers for Strong Families and partnerships. The things that we really need to make this go work. And of course, we need all of you. So you guys are the heart of workplace campaigns. And without you, we can't do this work. I know that we talked about our campaign coordinators, but we talked about our chairs, but it's really our coordinators that have the energy and the excitement and the passion and the influence that helps ignite everyone to do this work. But anyway, the campaign brochure is available online. And now I'm going to go into kind of the toolkit. Many of you maybe have seen this before. It has a little different look this year, but there are truly 6 tools for a successful campaign. I'm going to brush through them because I know we're short on time, and I want to make sure that I'm conscious of all of you and what's on your calendar today. This is the new look of our pledge form. So if you can see, it looks very familiar. again, every year you need to fill out a new pledge form. So it's either going to be online. We have that available. A fillable pledge form. You can have those good old fashioned. I know some of you guys out there love the paper pledge forms. So that's always here. We can get you those. Many of you have e-way and you can sign up online, but you always have to renew it every year. So we know where you want to direct your dollars. If you choose, hopefully we are one of your first choices for pledging. And, you know, if you can, the very first choice there is the Community Care Fund that goes to our greatest needs. You can also give directly to basic needs and breaking down the barriers and our 211 work, our strong families. But giving to the greatest needs really helps us, you know, determine once you give to us, how can we best use your dollars? Where do they need to go to help United Way programs? And so that's why that's one of those first choices out there. And then of course, you can give to your own passions. Everybody has their own favorite nonprofits, and we understand that. Just please try to remember to keep us in mind. So thank you again for all that you do. And as we look at those 6 successful tools, again, really briefly, it's just going to talk about what is your role. Well, I guess I'm going to talk about what your role is, and securing leadership support, building a campaign, designing your own campaign, promoting your campaign, and saying thank you. Again, you can find all of these things online when you go to unitedway.org/campaign/coordinator tools. So all of these things I'm talking about, you can find on your own. Very quickly, I'm just going to run through what does it mean as, you know, your role. Again, you are a leader, you're a convener, you're an ambassador and an influencer. It's your energy that helps really move these campaigns forward, and we're here to help you. Securing leadership support, that's getting your managers, getting your CEO involved. Maybe they have a chance to meet with Donna ahead of time, kind of do a peer-to-peer, ask them to help kick off the campaign, potentially find out if they may have a match that they can also donate, or ask for a corporate match from their campaign, well, from their headquarters. And build a team. You know, again, we can't do this alone, and you can't do this alone. So, you know, a teamwork makes the dream work. The last little 3 additional options for our tools to success truly are building on designing your campaign. Again, everybody has a little different way, a different culture and a different environment. What's going to be customizable for you? It's a whole new hybrid world, right? So how do you, I see Christina shaking her head and laughing. Yeah. And then, you know, are we going to do this? Well, how are we going to do this? What's going to work for your company? It's different for everyone. But again, we're here to help promote your campaign. Okay, this is just through emails or letters or, you know, personal invitations. What's going to help? And then lastly, always remember to say thank you. Oops, I got to go back to campaign, because we can do all kinds of different campaigns, which would include doing a rollover for last year. If that was easy, if that's what you think you have the time for, we can do brand new campaigns. We could do, again, e-way. We can do paper types of campaigns. We can do, some of you have portals that you use. So get us involved and let us know how we can help you with that. And last but not least, always remember to say thank you. You know, what do you want to open up first when you have your mail? Not your bills, right? Your thank you notes or your personal cards, whatever they are. Yeah, I see some more people laughing because it's true, right? Okay, I think it's time. Is it time for? Yes, it's time for a trivia question. I'd like to introduce Mike Goodell as he takes us through our first trivia question. Mike.
Good afternoon, everybody. Today, I'm going to make the trivia questions a little bit easier. I've been known to be a little bit difficult, but this one is actually an easy one. And if nobody is getting it, I will give you clues as we go along. Now, I'm going to open up the chat, and the first person with the correct answer in chat will win a $25 Starbucks gift card. Are you ready? Get your fingers ready. No fair Googling. Here we go. In what city in the Western United States in the year 1887 was United Way first? United Way all over the place, not just here. What year was it founded? No, I don't mean what year. I already gave you the year. Sorry, just teasing. What city? What city in the Western United States in 1887 was United Way founded? Nope, good guess. Nope. Okay, think elevation. There we go. Denver. Who is HR? Nope, wait a minute, we go up. The first person is D. Charisse Halls, is that it? Denver, Colorado in the year 1887. Am I seeing that right? Is that the top person? I'm sorry.
It is me, yes, and it's
Oh.
Charisse.
I thought, wait a minute, I apologize. Amber Slee was the first one. But you know what? I will give $25. That is my fault.
Awesome.
So no, I'll do it. I'll do it. Amber, congratulations. It is Denver. In 1887 by a whole conglomerate of people you would never guess. But that's the first one. We'll see you for a second one at the end of our program.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, Mike. I think we're on to a breakout group since I know most of you are tired of hearing from all of us. Let's hear from you. Here's the one question. Oh, and first off, congratulations, Amber and Charis. I think we're giving out two gift cards. So look for those. Yay. And here we are. How do you encourage participation in your company around your United Way campaign? Can we break out in, I think we decided we wanted 4 groups. Was that right? At least 4? All right. We'll see you back here in about.
There's our winner, Amber Slate. The crowd goes wild.
Good afternoon, everyone. Great to see you here today.
Good to be here. Good to be anywhere,
Thank you.
actually. Yeah.
Can I ask where everybody's from, what their organizations are?
I'm from DeVita.
Hey, Davida. Yeah, I was just talking to Lisa. You know Lisa Adams, probably. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
She and I just we just had a nice conversation before the campaign coordinator kickoff, so I learned all about each other. So quite a story. Yeah. Casey, where are you from?
I'm in Puyallup. And to be honest, this is my first experience with this campaign. So I just got asked yesterday to join. So it's more of like I'm just listening and learning. So.
Wow.
We
Okay.
got some veterans in the room that know can share their words of wisdom.
Okay, good. Yes, today is definitely, I took it in as like I'm gonna listen and see what it is, and so
Yeah. You'll be in sponge mode, as we said.
Yes.
Good.
So the question that was posed is, how do you get your company's involvement in the United Way campaign? Courtney or Amber, do you want to share some tips or wisdom?
Yeah, I'm from Tacoma Public Schools, so we have, unique things that we work with unions and we work with people who have to be at their location with kids. So it's, we try to do some hybrid options with a kickoff. I think we've done virtual the last 2 years, and that's gone really well. We've done a video and had incentives like raffle if you attend the live video, even from your workstation at your school, you can enter to win a $50 gift card, and we hand out a few of those $50 gift cards. And we, we do the e-way emails and lots of fun things. I'm trying to get back into the mode of campaign. I've been on summer brain for a while, so
Sure.
remembering all the aspects. But yeah, we like to pick a theme. So I like the tackling it at roots. But last year we did the Olympics, and we carried a little torch around to all the schools and did a video and did Olympics and all that sort of thing. So it was fun.
I saw that, Amber. That was awesome. That video was really, what a production.
Yeah, and Tacoma Public Schools, it's at least the last couple of years, if not more, you guys have picked these awesome themes that are really fun, I think, for your colleagues, and it's exciting to see how involved people get, and we enjoy it immensely, and we thank you for all that you do.
Yeah, we still always want to up our participation, so we're always coming up with ideas. So I'm listening in for some new ones here today.
And Amber, that's on YouTube, right? As anyone can see that, right?
Yeah, let me see if I can find the link. I'll put it in the chat here.
That'd be great. Yeah, it's worth a watch, I think.
And then we've got Courtney, who's at DeVita, which they have a huge team that helps put together theirs and does an awesome job. And, we appreciate you guys so much.
Yeah, we love doing it. So the biggest way we support and kind of promote the campaign every year is we have a loaned executive each year. So we loan one teammate of ours to DeVita. They help run campaigns, and then they come back to us, and then we let them just run the campaign from our side, and they just have such a great time and such fun ideas. We do a lot of fun things like bingo, and we have big subcommittees, and I know our time is running out, so we have beautiful 30 more seconds. So we do all sorts of fun things. We did have to switch to virtual for the most part, but I think we try to do a little bit of a hybrid so that we can still see people in person. But we go all out. I love it.
Thank you. And so Casey, you've got a lot of the,
Hey, welcome back, everybody. We had a lively discussion. I hope you guys did as well, and lots of fun. Yay. And I think Lindsay said she was willing to kick off the sharing of what stuck with her and what they're doing at Pacific Source.
Yes, absolutely. So at Pacific Source, what we are doing this year, our campaign runs every October for the whole month of October. So we are gearing up for it currently. We have all of our campaign coordinators for all of our different regions in Oregon, Idaho, Washington, and Montana. We've been meeting twice a week for the last 3 weeks about trying to gear everything up. Focusing on enterprise events as well as regional events to make sure that we are being inclusive, trying to create some friendly competition against all of the regions, providing incentives. So if we're going to be doing a drawing for somebody for participation in our Spirit Week that we're going to be putting on. And then we'll have enterprise events where everybody across the organization will be able to participate. And additionally, we'll have regional events that I will be hosting. And I know Mike and I have been talking about it a little bit too, because Mike's going to come and assist at some of them. And not only that, but I think it's important for your organizations to know that there are multiple ways to support United Way. It doesn't always have to be by pledging or donating money. Just getting out into the community. We've done snack packs, like putting together snack packs. We're going to be doing soup kits in 2 weeks. So there's multiple ways to be able to participate. And we're really excited.
Yay. Thank you, Lindsay. Is there anyone else who's willing to share some of their practices?
You want to jump on that?
I just knew that was coming. Yeah, I'm happy to. I just feel like I've been talking a lot, and even in the small group. But this is my first time doing a hybrid campaign, and so I'm learning a lot as we go. Our campaign kicked off last Wednesday, the 14th, so we're 1 week in. And I was just telling the group it takes a little bit more forward thinking and forward planning. Before our campaigns were 100% in person, everyone was here every day. And so we're trying to offer different things to reach different folks. We're doing 2 impact learning sessions on Zoom for our folks who are 100% at home. And we have different speakers coming from United Way so that our employees can learn about the work and really, hopefully feel compelled to give. And then we're also doing some in-person stuff for the folks that are here, including raffle ticket sales. A lot of our departments here put together baskets. And then we're having a big closing celebration on our last day of our campaign at a local bar and grill. It's also a fun competition with general government, the other side of the city of Tacoma, with their campaign. And that's an evening event. So we're hoping people, whether they work from home or in the office, will be willing to come to that since it's after work. But it's a tricky one, I have to tell you, doing hybrid, but it can be done. And then the last thing I mentioned was field crews. We have a lot of crews who aren't on site at all. They're out in the field. And so we do goodie bags with physical pledge forms and candy, right? And some United Way swag because they aren't able to get on the computer. And so that's a way that we try to reach them too. So lots of different activities for our different workers.
And we could have gone on and talked for a while. Thank you, Christina. Monette came up we were talking about the problems because now is a difficult time. And they have a lot of people who don't come in also. They're out in the field, she had said. That is also a problem. And Celicia didn't get a talk because we ran out of time. So I'd be happy to talk to you about that. So, and that's what we came up with. Thank you.
Anybody else care to share? I know there's some great ideas out there. I think incentives came up in our group as well, really trying to dangle some of those carrots, whether it's with using Amazon or Starbucks tickets, watching a movie, at the end of your campaigns to just kind of encourage that fun wrap up. If you don't go to a restaurant or something, just, a last kind of thank you to really thank that participation and people who took part. But yes, as Emily is saying, thank you guys for sharing. This is good information. And again, it's a different world now that we're in hybrid mode. It was almost easier when we were just all virtual, right? Now we're in hybrid, so we're trying to adjust. And not easy stuff, but if you've got any, suggestions, that would be great. So I want to say, we are like right on time, you guys, I think. Very close. But anyway, what's our next slide, Dan? Take us to the next one. Oh, Emily.
Okay, all right. Let's see. Who's a lucky winner? Okay, I hope D. Sharis Alls.
Oh, Sharis. She's won twice now.
Woohoo!
With Ted Brown, Miss Alls.
You know what?
Congratulations.
Thank you. And I just got hooked on Starbucks. I've never had it. I've been here for 16 years and I've never, ever had Starbucks.
Whoa.
So I'm now hooked on their chai tea lattes, which I have been getting every morning. And I need to stop. But you can go ahead and give that to somebody else. I've already got one. That's nice.
So sweet. Okay. Well, thank you. All right. 20. You're like, no, 50. That's overkill. That's too much. Okay. All right. Courtney Dudley. Are you still on?
Yay.
Woo-hoo.
Yes.
Courtney.
Hey, Courtney.
Awesome.
Davita's in the house.
That's right. We're here. We're representing. Hi, Lisa.
Awesome. Well, thank you guys for coming. You're sharing your lunch with us. Yay. And with that, I think it's time to introduce Miss Allison Loft, our Director of Engagement and Volunteering. Allison, take us away.
Thank you, Robin. Well, good afternoon, everyone, and thank you for being here with us. We are so grateful for your support. You are our volunteer champions, and we look forward to opportunities to partner with you again this year. So next slide, please. I'd like to share some engagement updates. We just wrapped up a busy summer of action, which kicked off with Day of Action, our snack pack project in June. And it continued throughout the summer with distribution of the packs at meal sites as a supplemental food option for children and families. A special thanks to our 10 sponsoring companies this year, some of whom are with us today. So woo-hoo, thank you so much. 117 volunteers assembled and distributed 1,900 snack packs at 6 sites to 480 children this summer. So thank you again for your support. Now we're gearing up for Everything But the Turkey Holiday Food Drive, which begins on November 1st and runs through December 15th. We're partnering with Emergency Food Network, who will distribute the food items within their food network. Stay tuned for drop-off sites and the items needed this year. We'll be getting that out very soon to all of you. We'll be coordinating our MLK month of service in January, which will include the hygiene kit project, which benefits the homeless point in time count, which happens at the end of January. More details about that project will be available later this fall. And I just want to say it's an exciting time that more in-person volunteer opportunities are coming back, including group volunteer projects. We've heard of more options for group volunteering recently. So if you are interested in that or have questions about any of our engagement opportunities, including some new DIY opportunities that you can do on site with your teams, please reach out to me or to your donor relations officer for more information. We appreciate you and all that you do to support families in Pierce County. Now I'd like to turn it over to Mike.
I'm back. Okay, now I'm here to talk about Campaign Awards and Premier Partners. Every year we celebrate those we consider Premier Partners or our Campaign Award nominees and winners. This year we had the celebration July 19th at Cheney Stadium for a game with the Rainiers. It was a party. This is the best part of my job, is bringing everybody together to celebrate you for the work you do. And I'm not going to say for us, I'm going to say for the community. You all rock. Best party I've been to in a long time, except for the 95-degree temperatures. We picked it on Friday night because they had fireworks afterwards. There was only a handful of us that stuck it out to the end. 95 degrees with no wind and it's coming in was a little brutal, but how do you plan for that in Washington, right? So for all of you who were there, thank you for showing up. It was a great party. We will do another one next year. Next slide, please. So our Premier Partners, what is a Premier Partner, you may ask? 30 to 35 companies each year, right around there, qualify as a Premier Partner. They have to be nominated. and then voted upon, and then up to Donna for final decision making. And basically, it's for companies that make substantial contributions. Now, that could be in a monetary sum. It could be maybe in executive engagement, leadership involvement with our work, sponsoring a campaign executive, which is where I came from. Event sponsorship itself, like Emily talked about with our gala next year, May 3rd. It's just people and companies who continually elevate their partnership with United Way. Please look at all these companies, fantastic people to work with. I'm humbled by working with a lot of these companies. This is good stuff. Next slide, please. So campaign awards, you need to be nominated by a member of resource development, and then they are voted upon. These are for people who take their particular category and their campaign very seriously. Either they've increased their money, either they're on top of things. There were people who really took the bull by the horns with COVID and just kept on going and didn't back off. There are people who were very innovative during that time, as we are going to need again this year with this word hybrid. With the word hybrid, I wake up in the middle of the night screaming it. So anyway, campaign coordinator of the year, we had Lindsay Archer for Pacific Source, Lewis Cooper. Well, let me announce them first. Nicole Bascom Green with US Bank, and the winner for campaign coordinator of the year was Lindsay Archer. For campaign coordinator team of the year, we had DaVita led by Alicia Warnke, Multicare Health Systems led by Mary Quinlan Fabrizio, Tacoma Public Schools, Amber Slate, and the aforementioned Tacoma Public Utilities with Christine Turner. Let's go to the award slide. Campaign coordinator of the year, we just heard from her, Miss Lindsay Archer. Way to go. I love working with you and your company. Campaign coordinator team of the year, Mary Quinlan Fabrizio. Multicare does a very well organized job with their campaign. Next slide. The nominees and winners for the next 8 separate awards this year, which is the most since I've been. Small company campaign of the year, Brown and Brown of Washington, Johnson Stone and Pagano Parametrics, and the winner, Ted Brown Music Company. Congratulations. Medium company campaign of the year, these are from 100 to 500 as far as number of employees. We had Columbia Bank and US Bank, with US Bank being the winner. Congratulations on that. Now, the large company campaign of the year, this is 500 employees and above. We had Costco. We had DaVita, who gave us Lisa this year, KeyBank and Multicare Health Systems, with Costco coming out on top with that particular award. Campaign of the year for public company, Tacoma Public Schools, Tacoma Public Utilities, University Place School District, Tacoma Public Utilities. They got nominated for a few things here. Came out on top. Thank you very much, TPU. Inaugural campaign. This is one of my favorites. A company who did their first campaign with us from the bottom up, did the learning, let us present, did a fabulous job. Asia Pacific Cultural Center. And Rising Star Award. This is for companies who are just getting going and over the last couple of years have really ramped up, on a steady incline, not only with their donations, grants, and campaigns, but with activities and partnership with us. Rising Star this year, we had 2 winners. It was a tie between Kitsap Credit Union and the aforementioned Tacoma Rainiers. Next slide, please. Okay, the last trivia question for this year is, we have an employee, Pete Grignon, who has been with United Way a number of years. Pete is our Chief Financial Officer. Take a guess, and somebody's going to get how many years he set a record here too. How many years Mr. Pete Grignon has been employed by United Way of Pierce County? How many continual years? Okay, let me pull up the chat. And are you guys ready? Go. 42, 40, 37, 47. You guys are all over it. You're really close. Lindsay Archer, you're really close. You're hot. Keep on guessing. You guys can. Who said 35?
25?
No, 35. Hope Roberts, you win. Pete has been with United Way of Pierce County 35 years. Super individual. And he's like at 1,100 days. So we all love Pete. And with that, it's back to you, Robin.
Thank you, Mike, and thank you guys for joining us. What a fun hour we had together. We are exactly at 1 o'clock. I want to make sure that I thank our United Way support team from Dan running our IT slideshow, Donna, Emily, Penny, Todd, Jody, Mike, Lisa, Allison, and Mosaic. And I think I got everybody. So especially thank you to the coordinators who bring your energy and passion and care to these campaigns. Again, thank you all for joining us. Take care.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.